Today on Habari Live Wednesday, man, like I said, we want to go into the unprecedented pressure that Trump has done to the Fed and to criminalize the Federal Reserve, and some of the things that he's doing right now to put pressure on them to make them bend to his will. I mean, that's all it's about with Trump, is to make people bend to his will, and it's just crazy. But this has never happened before, man. In modern American history, we've never seen this. A sitting president has opened a criminal investigation into a Federal Reserve chair. Not for corruption tied to markets, not for bribery, for allegedly over a building renovation. Like he gives a fuck.
While he
Dude
spends
losing his
millions on a ballroom.
right. But that's fine. He spent all his money he want to on a ballroom. Didn't get the okay from the people that he was supposed to get okay from. Doing whatever he wants. But this guy, Powell is trying to steal from a building renovation. It's so stupid. It's the dumbest shit ever. But what critics are calling a pretext, what supporters are calling accountability, because they believe whatever he says. And what economists warns could shake up the global financial system. This isn't just about interest rates. This is about power, independence, and precedent. It's disgusting stuff, and Trump is again at the forefront of something that's unconstitutional.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and set the context. We're going to be very clear with you here today about the history. No president ever fired a Federal Reserve chair for policy reasons. Not Reagan, not Nixon, not even Obama. The Federal Reserve is designed to be an independent agency, insulated from the political pressure so that presidents cannot manipulate the economy for their short-term gain.
Yeah, man. And it's crazy to see the Republicans talk about law and order. Y'all can drop it. Your president is a felon, so you can stop saying nobody's above the law, because you have put him all the way above the law. We all know he's in the Epstein files. He's
All
hiding the
over it.
Epstein files. He won't release them. Like, bro, y'all can drop the nobody's above the law stuff. Just stop it. Quit it. You are behind criminals. You're with criminals. Y'all pardoned 1 million criminals that ran up in the and tried on January 6th. Y'all okay with criminals? You're criminal. You're okay with it. Look at all the people that committed fraud that this dude pardoned on day one. And you want to sit around and act like y'all care about fraud and care about criminals? Man, stop it. You don't care. You just want to get the other side, get the libs. That's all. And that's all y'all about.
He's filling the swamp, not draining
He is
it.
the swamp. He is the fucking swamp. He's using cryptocurrency to take in all type money he shouldn't be taking in. He's taking in bribes. His sons are meeting with motherfucking politicians around the world. They're making deals every single day. This dude is selling the option to come to Washington every day and putting it in his pocket. The dude was talking about suing the DOJ and putting $250 million in his pocket. And y'all talking about he ain't making no money.
Taking your tax-paying dollars and putting it in his pocket.
This dude is a crook. The closest thing we ever seen to this goes all the way back to 1951, man. Federal Reserve Chairman Thomas McCabe resigned under pressure from President Harry Truman at the time during a clash over interest rates and government debt. The fight led to a Treasury-Fed accord which expanded Fed independence, not weakened it. And even then, there were no criminal charges. None.
Not one?
No criminal charges.
So why is this moment any different? Let's go ahead and fast forward to today, where for the first time ever, the Department of Justice has opened up a criminal probe into a federal chair, Jerome Powell.
Mm-hmm.
The stated reason, a $2.5 billion renovation for the historic Federal Reserve buildings. Powell testified before Congress about the project, and he said that the investigation is political retaliation. It's not law enforcement. And here's the key quote from Powell himself. The threat of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting interest rates based on our best assessment of what will serve the public, rather than following the preferences of a sitting president.
Yeah, man. That's an extraordinary statement from someone known for carefully measured language. That's a person who doesn't really, he's a really even-keeled guy who was put into office by President Trump. The problem is that Powell is not bending the knee to him. Powell is not making decisions by what Trump wants him to. So if he's not doing what Trump wants him to, when he says, I want you to do this, jump, when I say jump, he doesn't like you anymore. He doesn't need you around anymore because you're not doing, even though Powell's saying, hey, we're looking at the numbers, we're looking at statistics. We do not lead to lower percentage. We don't need to lower it right now. But Trump, he thinks he do what the hell he wants to. He can pressure the dude to lower it whatever he wants. The president never says these things. He never pressures the Fed chair. And it's ridiculous. But, Trump has he has a way to make all his people start hating someone just because he said so. The guy doesn't have to do anything. Oh, well, I think that percentage rate needs to go down. It's bull. This doesn't happen in a vacuum, man. President Donald Trump has repeatedly demanded that the Fed slash interest rates. Powell has refused, citing inflation risk and an economic instability. Said it all of the whole time. Nah, man, this is not what we need right now. But Donald Trump thinks Mr. Bankruptcy thinks he knows better. The guy who is bankrupt, given all the money, given a head start, and still bankrupt,
Several
thinks
times.
he knows better than the Fed chair. An economist who has went to school for financials. But hey, Donald Bankruptcy Trump knows more. Now suddenly a criminal statute is in play. Since he's been saying for months and months, I want him out of there. I want him out of there. I wish I can fire him. I wish I can fire him. So now he goes the legal way and tries to get him put in jail. Like this guy is trying to steal money from a building fund. Legal experts say this would be nearly impossible to prove because intent matters in criminal law, which is why even Republican lawmakers are pushing back on this. Even Republicans are saying that he's going too far. A rare GOP rebuke of Trump.
This is the part people need to pay attention to. Close attention. Republican Senator Cynthia Lummis, who sits on the Senate Banking Committee, said that she was very surprised by this probe. Her words mattered. She said, I haven't seen the type of intent that would warrant use of a criminal statute. And Senator Dave McCormick, a Trump ally, even took it a step further and said, I believe strongly in an independent Federal Reserve. The proper place to fix this is through congressional oversight. I do not think Chairman Powell is guilty of any criminal activity. That's not normal party behavior, if you ask me.
Not right now, not in these times. Not in these days of Donald Trump bootlicking, where Congress doesn't even have a brain. They just follow whatever Donald Trump says. To see one of them finally speaking up as this guy wrecks shop over the Constitution, tries his best to fire a Fed chair, brings up criminal charges because he has a Sesame Street DOJ that just does whatever he say do. I mean, these guys are just ridiculous. They have no brains. The House, Congress, they haven't done anything all year. Nothing. These guys are doing nothing. But, these are the real issues that we're facing. If a president can criminally investigate a Fed chair over disagreements about interest rates, then this guy can just do whatever the fuck he wants to. But the thing that Republicans forget is that this guy is not going to be the president forever. And as he breaks the constitutional norms, and you guys are just looking the other way, saying it's okay, it's going to be really hard if another president comes in and start doing these same things for you guys to even say anything.
Oh, if they do,
you can't fix your mouth to be like, oh, he can't do that. After you spent years saying it was okay
for the other person,
for Trump to do whatever the fuck he wants to. So when another president comes in and starts doing all the things that Trump has been doing, I don't want to hear a word from you. When it comes in and a Democrat comes in and he has an ICE that's going on and rounding up all these Trump voters, putting them in jail. Can't say anything because y'all was okay with rounding everybody else up and putting them in jail. Okay. Future presidents can threaten prosecution anytime the Fed won't play along. We can do this, right? This the way it's going to be? The Constitution doesn't mean anything. A Democrat can come in and turn monetary policy into political weapons. Markets react to all this bullshit. Investors react to all the bullshit. Other countries react to that. But what are we doing? This isn't just a domestic fight. It's a global stability risk. A risk that Trump is willing to take for him to act like he's fucking right, like always, because he got all these bootlickers to sit around and tell him he's right all the time. No one has the balls to say, Trump, you're wrong. See, in his first administration, there were people who were telling him he was wrong, that were doing things to try to stop him from going as crazy as this time. But this time, when he came in, he made sure he was going to get a whole bunch of yes men.
Mhm.
No one with a backbone, no one with a spine, and they're going to all just say okay to whatever he says. So now he's just doing whatever he wants. And it's crazy.